New Zealand has announced a world-first scheme that would see a tax introduced on emissions from burping farm animals. The move is part of the country's plan to tackle climate change, but it has already faced backlash from farmers.
Jacinda, nice to meet you.
An emissions tax to reduce greenhouse gases, we're better out than in, will soon be costing farmers. New Zealand's Prime Minister has unveiled a world-first strategy to tax emissions from burps and urination produced by farm animals.
It's key to us that what we do is workable, that it's pragmatic, that it can be introduced in a timely way, and that it will actually bring down our emissions.
As farmers and as food producers, show the world how we can reduce our carbon footprint and feed the world in the way that they expect.
In New Zealand, dairy products are the nation's largest export earner. Emissions are sizable, with twice as many cattle and 5 times the number of sheep to people, meaning more than half of the country's greenhouse gases comes from farms. In New Zealand, methane emissions count for 97% of total agricultural emissions. In Australia, agriculture contributes around 13% of our greenhouse gas emissions each year. To measure emissions, animals are placed in animal-friendly respiration chambers. Gas output is measured over 2 days through automated systems, sampling air entering and leaving the chamber. Temperature, food, air and humidity are all controlled to produce the most accurate result possible. An agricultural calculator from the Ministry for the Environment shows for a farm with 40 cattle, 73 tonnes of emissions are released per year. An average dairy farm has around 10 times that of a herd of around 440 cows. That's 1,307 tonnes of emissions per year.
This consultation document does, and some of the modelling has drawn out that for dry stock in particular, just because of the emissions profile in the levy system, you do see a greater impact there. So we are specifically saying to that part of our primary sector, we want to work together.
New Zealand has pledged to go carbon neutral by 2050. The intention is to reduce methane emissions by 10% by 2030 and up to 47% by 2050. Under the proposed plan, payments for emissions would begin in 2025, with the amount yet to be finalised. For some farmers, the news was hard to digest.
A lot of farmers that are contacting me are feeling pretty upset would be a mild understatement. It's kind of feeling very ropeable. The message I'm getting from farmers is we must oppose this.
The proposal will provide financial incentives for farmers to reduce emissions. The money paid will also be reinvested in the sector.
I was proposing a more robust system, but the problem that we had was that officials just did not think it could be up and running by 2025, and also it didn't have the support of the sector.
Consultation on the proposal will be open until November 18. Jessica Maggio, Sky News.